Welcome back, my friends, to R-TAC and Darters, and you can see the light in the background. I'll probably turn around here in a minute, and we're gonna do a little rant today about House Bill 57. Here we go, 5717, introduced by everybody's favorite jackass, Hank Johnson. Lots of people have said a lot of things about this bill, and there's some things we need to worry about. It's definitely anti-Second Amendment. Hank Johnson, if you don't know who he is, he's a jackass who actually asked an admiral from the Navy if we put too many forces on the island of Guam. Let me say that again: the island of Guam. That he was afraid that the island would capsize. I shit you not. That's not the only stupid crap he said. He's also a representative for Congress out of Atlanta. He is a black man, and he is in Atlanta. I can tell you how he got elected because he is a black man in an all-black district. So that should be a give me there. The problem is that I know lots of people in his district, lots of black people, and none of them are dumbasses like this guy. And they don't understand how he keeps getting elected either. So it's not a problem in Atlanta. It's somehow he's getting elected over and over again. Either they're not getting out to vote against him, or they're not running a Democrat against him. But they need to find a 2A friendly Democrat in Atlanta area to run against Mr. Johnson to get his retardation out of Congress, because we know Nancy Pelosi's already drunk enough. So another thing we need to worry about is that damn fourth phase of the Chinese virus bill, Corona 19, COVID 19, whatever you want to call it, the Kung Fu, Wu Tang Fu, Anyway, the Chinese flu is basically what it is. I hadn't seen a lot of information. Some people have reported on it, and they've said that Nancy is going to throw in some gun control measures from that House Bill 5717. As bad as the American people are hurting, we cannot let that bill pass the Senate. And then all these gun channels out here, I know a lot of them mean a lot of good and want to do a lot of good, but don't act surprised when the House, which is controlled by Democrats, passes gun control legislation. It's going to happen. We've known this. That should not be so surprised. You can call them bitch all you want. If you have a representative and it's the Democrat and you call and say no, don't vote on this bill, they could care less about you. They're going to vote for it. Our stopping stone in these measures is the Senate. The Republicans control the Senate. And that means gun owners should be able to control the Senate. And we know that isn't always the truth. And it doesn't work out like that all the way. So we need to make sure we hold our senators responsible, especially if they're Republican, and hold them accountable when these bills passes. Even if it hurts our fellow Americans or ourselves. I'm not one of the lucky ones, quote unquote, who gets to call in or gets laid off from work and then gets to draw an extra $600 a week. I'm an essential employee. So that's great because I have job security, but I'm not getting the extra $600 a week from unemployment. So anyway, which really would have figured out about extra $300 a week for me, because unemployment doesn't pay you what your weekly paycheck is. So I already got the max that the state offers, and then $600 more, which would have been $935 a week, which is about $300 more a week without taxes. That's even better. That's no taxes. So anyway, not complaining about that. Glad those people are getting that extra help. Make sure you buy guns and ammo and toilet paper. And what else we can say that's going to run out and people go out and make sure you buy vitamin C. Yeah, because that'll help you. Next thing is this coronavirus. Folks, we're going to have to go back to work at the end of this month. Period. Whether the virus is out or done or not. The economy, only half the economy is running. And we also know that most of these jobs that are still running are lower paid jobs, which tells you who essential people are. Your security guards, your CNAs, your gas station attendants, your clerks, grocery store attendants, all those other people who don't get paid big bucks. All those people are the ones that are essential and important, along with our medical personnel. So remember that. Hollywood's hurting. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about millionaires hurting. Oh, I'm in my $1 million mansion and blah, blah, blah. And I imagine all the people. Shut the hell up. You're in a $1 million mansion with a swimming pool and you can go swimming and you got that big house. I don't want to hear that crap. I got a 3,000 square foot house and I'm in here with 2 kids and my wife. And the only time I get to escape is when I get to go to work. Let's not add in the cats who just like aggravate the crap out of you too sometimes. Because I'm keeping them inside. Because I don't want them to get the coronavirus. Which I know animals were supposed not to get them. But there's a report out of New York where a tiger got coronavirus. And I have 2 cats. So now my cats stay in. Because, you know, even though they're small cats, they're still cats. I don't want them to get sick. And I don't want to bring that crap in here. The Chinese flu. And if I was monetized, this video would have been demonetized because I've mentioned the Chinese flu one too many times. And it does come from China, as Trump would say. And it is their fault that it released into the world. And they need to be held accountable. So in saying that, and this should make YouTube real happy, I demand that the CCP virus, Chinese flu, and CCP, if you didn't know, is the Chinese Communist Party, that they give Taiwan and recognize Taiwan their independence. They also recognize and give Hong Kong their independence. Because not too long ago, the people in Hong Kong were waving the American flag and stating they wish they had the Second Amendment. Imagine that. People halfway around the world who've never been to this country, have only read about our Constitution, and the first thing they want is their Second Amendment rights. That's great. And Democrats here and Republicans here both need to understand that. That we're not going to give our rights up without a fight. However you want to play it. In the court system, or if you want to boogaloo. A lot of people don't want to do the boogaloo. I don't blame them. I don't want to do the boogaloo. But if you back us into a corner, we're going to come out fighting. You can only beat your dog so many times before your dog gets mad and does one or 2 things. Runs or bites your ass. And that's what the American people are about ready to do. About ready to bite somebody's ass. You saw an ambulance go by. I guess the people down the road there are sick again. Not with the coronavirus. They had a woman down there is elderly. Has problems. Anyway, back to the rant here. China. Yeah. Also demand that the Chinese Communist Party opens up for free democratic elections in the next 3 years. I also demand that the Chinese Communist Party remove the restrictions immediately on the Chinese people from freedom of movement and freedom of expression and freedom of social media, because they're having to use emojis and code to tell everybody outside of China what's going on. You know, they're welding people in their apartment buildings, and then the apartment buildings are collapsing on these people. Coincidence? I don't think so. No. They've been killing their own people for decades, and have and always will. That's what authoritarian, communist, socialist government does. So, yeah, China has a big bill to pay. The Chinese Communist Party does. They need to pay reparations throughout the world for letting this get out, because they knew how bad it was. I don't think it was done deliberately. And this video will probably get deleted once I say this. We know for a fact that the Chinese biolabs, there's 2 of them in Wuhan, and they were injecting and experimenting on the horseshoe bats. Now, obviously, one of the technicians there had some bat urine and blood on them, and then they went to the wet market to get some food, and then they infected everybody, and then it just exploded from there. Basically, I see 2% of the population in the United States getting this, so that's like 600,000, 700,000 people. I also see us getting anywhere from 20 to 60,000 deaths with only 2% of the population getting this. It's still about on par with the flu. Not saying that it's not worse than the flu. Corona cough. I'm saying that it is easier to catch and more contagious than the flu. And that's why it spread as fast as it has. It's more contagious. So with the numbers of people surviving this increasing every day, quinine is the main name for it, because I can't remember or say the 2 generic names for the malaria drug. Also see reports that in South Korea and Japan that tuberculosis shots is somewhat effective. So, of course, studies need to be done in that. They still have tuberculosis outbreaks there. Those of us on the older side here in the U.S. who's had TB shots might have some resistance to this. And if you put that along with the quinine medicine, it seems to be helping people. So that's always a good idea. I'm glad that El Presidente Trump has decided to let the FDA, or tell the FDA to speed up trials on this. I mean, we all know that the medicine for malaria is safe. It's been used for 70 years. It's not going to hurt something. The mainstream media, all they care about is death cells, and click in to see the death toll now in New York City. And then you look like idiots like fucking Cuomo, who sits there and gives this big giant press conference, and behind him are tons of masks and that he's using for props that should be at a hospital. And then he says, well, we need 40,000 ventilators. You don't have but 16,000 people in the ICU. Your numbers are not matching up. You got 2 Navy ships on each side of the coast now. Last I heard, there's only 30 people in the Mercy on New York City. Now, how many people have you sent home that died because you didn't keep them and check them overnight? That's a question. We also see people who are dying at home not being counted as a Chinese virus, died from the Chinese virus. We also see everybody in the hospital who dies from maybe a heart attack or the flu actually be counted as a coronavirus death. So I'm going to play devil advocate on that. That's going both ways. Autopsy should be done to see what the cause of death is. If it's done because they had a heart attack, kidney failure, sepsis, something like that, don't be counting them as a coronavirus death. That's a crock. You're just raising the numbers up. Stop spreading the fear. Also, people, if you got masks, wear one. It's not going to hurt you not to. It's not going to hurt to wear it. It's not going to hurt to wash your damn hands. You should be washing your hands anyway. So this one's going a little bit farther than what I want to do. I'm down here in the man cave, as you can see here. We got Clint there in the corner from Will Eagles there, American flag, a destroyer, Gross Deutschland, that's probably backwards, USS Waters, destroyer, my Coast Guard flags, my airsoft gun there, little airplanes from World War I. So anyway, that's part of the man cave. In the window here, which I got the bars down right now. I got bars in here. Window bars, so they can't get in. Because this is where I keep my stash in the house. We got, they're on the outside, by the way. And we got our gun lockers and reenacting uniforms and stuff like that. Just in case y'all wanted to know what's going on or seen things before. So that's pretty much my rant. Just remember, if you got a mask, cloth mask, wear it, wash it. Got gloves, go out in public. Don't throw them in the damn parking lots of the grocery stores and places like that. keep them, throw them away properly. Come on. Don't want somebody else touching that crap if you don't want to. And then stay at home. If you don't have to go out, don't go out. I mean, I go out once a week to make the grocery runs. Me and Victoria does. And the toilet paper run. And we only buy what we need, what we use that week. So we don't overbuy anything. We're already supplied anyway before this happened. So I'm not a big prepper, but we did have things in motion for it. And we also had some food saved up as well. So I try to look out for that, because we know we got tornadoes coming through all the time, every once in a while, especially in the next 2 nights. So we're going to do this one, and we'll do a video tomorrow on Easter. This is just a rant. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Especially like the video, especially subscribe to the channel. That helps us grow. We're over 400 now, like 428 last time I looked. We will do a 500 giveaway. I don't know what that's going to be yet. I got another grip module for a P320. Still got some KCI patches. And we got a reaction rod. If you don't know what that is, you might want to look it up. For an AR-10. And hopefully in May we'll start our interwar rifle series. We'll start our in September we'll start our World War II rifle series, because that's September 1st is when we'll start that. That's when World War II started. We still got some ARs to talk about. We still got ARs to go shoot. Hopefully we get to the range, everything calms down this summer. We'll shoot all these rifles that we built during the coronavirus. Really excited to get to shoot that AR-10. Really looking forward to that. We still got other 308 rifles to talk about. We got the Norinco M14 clone to talk about. We got Israeli K98 Mauser in 308 to talk about. We'll do that part of the 308 series. And that covers all 3 of my 308 rifles. We already got our World War I rifle and pistol series done. I know, don't touch your face, right? Corona cough. And I got my grandson doing the fake cough too now. I know I was probably bad. I'll get the coronavirus now and croak. But anyway. So that's where we're at. Just remember, guys, stay safe out there. Think smart. If you... Oh, by the way. Got to say bye to Bernie Sanders. I guess after 4 weeks of socialism, he dropped out. He couldn't handle it. Haha, right? My niece and her husband are Bernie Sanders supporters. And, of course, I like to get on to them. Well, since their house got broken into last year, they come to me, and I took them to the range and done some gun training with them, handgun training, and then sent them home with the Ruger LCP 380 pistol for home defense for them. Something they needed after they had a break-in. In a locked box and a good place to put it at. Also, they come back up here 2 weeks ago, and we went through some shotgun training, and I sent them home with a single shot 12 gauge shotgun. Why did you send them home with a 12 gauge single shot shotgun? Didn't have a whole lot of time at the range with them on it, and they needed something pretty well quick and something I was willing to let go, even though I got other shotguns to let go. I figured this is the best one for both of them. It's very simple, kind of hard to mess up, and they wanted something a little bit more to protect their home and them when they're home because of the pandemic going around. So actually, I've increased them for new gun owners. I also like to say, if any of the new gun owners are watching this video, welcome to the 2A community. I just did a video you'll see it shortly, on gun safety and the difference between a revolver and a semi-automatic handgun. I suggest you watch it. It is quite long, but there's a lot of good information in there. If you have questions, feel free to email me, drop a line in the comments down below, and I'll answer. I'm more than welcome to welcome Democrats and liberals and people that are on the center, on the fence about owning guns, that just purchased a gun during this crisis, we're here to help you. Welcome to the 2A community. We would like for you to stay and help fight for your rights to protect and defend your property, yourself, your home, and, if necessary, overthrow a tyrannical government, which the Constitution says you, the American citizen, has the right and the responsibility to do so when needed. We're not at that time right now when it's needed, but we need to still fight for our rights. And welcome. Hopefully you'll come to our side, our way of thinking. And if not, then how about not voting for anti-gun legislation or people who does that? That helps us out. And it helps you out in the long run when a pandemic like this happens. So, hope y'all stay safe. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Help us get to 1,000. So YouTube would have to pay us 50 cents for every episode we do. And share the videos. You got questions, feel free to answer them. Remember, it does not cost anything to be nice to each other. Keep the flu away from you guys. Keep the Chinese flu away from y'all. Be safe out there, and we'll catch you tomorrow.